So, I've noticed that people love to hate on particular bugs for no reason. Like, it doesn't even have to be a bad kind of bug, but people just hate on it, and I don't know why. Like, here's an example. Moths. People love to hate on moths for no reason. I mean, look at this guy. How could you hate on that? He's just a little guy minding his own business. He's causing no harm to you. And moths aren't even that gross, you know? It's just a little bug with some wings. There's nothing gross about that. And what people really love is butterflies. And the only difference between them and moths is that they're skinnier, more colorful, and they're out during the day instead of during the night. I know people don't like them because they eat clothes or whatever, but like, that's only 2 species of moths. And be honest, when was the last time a moth caused any damage to your clothes? Alright, the next bug on my list is bees. I don't know why anyone would hate bees. I mean, they literally make honey. And honey is fire. Plus, they're also kind of like the main pollinator. Like, that's a pretty important role. I know people hate bees because they have stingers, but like, just let it mind its own business and you won't get stung. And then kids will be like, "Oh, there's a bee! Save me!" Like, literally, if you stay calm, the bee is not gonna sting you. Plus, it's not like the bee wants to sting you, it'll die if it does. The next bug on my list is ants. People love to hate on ants, and I don't even know why. Like, it could be a bit much when there's hundreds of ants in one area or like in your house, but out in the wild, they're just like kind of fun to watch, honestly. Do you guys ever just pick up one singular ant and just carry him with you wherever you're going? Because I do. They're like a little buddy, you know? It's just like a little guy, a friendly little guy just walking around on your hand. I never understood those kids who just like to destroy anthills. I mean, that's like a whole society that the ants made, and in one step, it just is destroyed by some kid. When I was a little kid, I was honestly fascinated by anthills. Like, I'd watch them and wonder how they built like a little ant town out of dirt. I thought it was cool how bugs just like developed a society. I don't get why people hate ants. They're pretty cool. Anyways, the next bugs on my list are crickets and cicadas. The reason I'm putting them in the same part of the video is because cicadas are like the daytime version of crickets. Some people don't like the sound of crickets and cicadas, and I don't get that. They have like a whole vibe to the day and to the night. It's like background music for a game. I'll tell you what is annoying though, is when you have one cricket in your house, and every so often, it makes that chirping sound. That is annoying, but under normal circumstances, crickets and cicadas are pretty good. Moving on to the next bug on my list, which is a slug. And technically, slugs aren't bugs, they're mollusks. But I don't care, I'm gonna add them to the video anyways. People really hate slugs. They look at them and they're like, "Ew, a slug, it's all slimy and gross." But like, snails are like that too. But people love snails. Whenever people see a snail, they're like, "Oh, look at this little guy moving along in his spiral-shaped shell and his antenna-shaped eyes." But when people see slugs, they're like, "Ew, it's a slug. He's all slimy. Look at the trail he's leaving." Honestly, I blame whoever decided to name them slugs for all the hate they get. Because slug sounds disgusting, and snail sounds like a happy little fella. Moving on to the last bug I'm going to be talking about in today's video, which is spiders. These are the most overhated bugs there are. There's a whole fear designated to the fear of spiders. Meanwhile, most spiders aren't even harmful to you. Well, unless you live in Australia. But we don't talk about that. Plus, Australian people aren't real anyways. Spiders eat the bugs that are actually bad. Like fruit flies, which are disgusting. So why, when people see a spider in their house, their first instinct is to kill the spider? Meanwhile, it's helping you. It makes sense if your house is like infested with spiders, because that's obviously not a good thing. But if you see one spider chilling in the corner, then either let it be or capture it and take it outside. This goes for any of the bugs that I mentioned in this video. If there's a bunch of them in your house, that's a pretty good reason to not like them. But if they're just out in the wild minding their own business, there is no reason to hate any of these bugs. Well, that's all I really have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and also join the Discord using the link in my channel's description. But on that note, I'm out. Peace.